Anyway, that brings me to my final point, and that is, um, if in fact you are willing to accept the premise that what has really mattered in American politics for a long time now is disinformation and the right wing ecosystem, then there is something that everybody can do about that. And there's a lot of conversations going on amongst people who are involved in journalism to figure out how they can move forward. But I feel like I ought to point out that you and I, all of you here and I, built what is happening on this Facebook page ourselves. The initial investment of capital was $0. It was me being willing to sit at a counter and type. And I've never advertised. I've never accepted advertising. And there is, this page has more than 2 million followers, and Substack is quite high as well. And there is no reason. I'm not saying everybody should start to write every night. Believe me, I'm just exhausted. Just an aside there. I know people are very worried about me, and you are right to be worried about me in the sense that I was on the road for 13 months, which is a crazy amount of time. Not just talking about the book, that was only a month, but talking about democracy. And I'm just exhausted. I would have been exhausted no matter who got elected. And I'm just paying my bills and trying to get my feet back under me. I will get enough rest under my belt soon. But it's going to take a while to get back in shape and all that. Anyway, all that being said, I am not sure. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody should try and do what I do, because it's nobody wants to put in the kind of hours I'm putting in. But listen, if people are getting their information from social media, use it. It's free. Those of you who are good with memes, those of you who can do cuts of the stuff I say and spread it onto TikTok or to TikTok is where young women get their news, but Reddit, Reddit, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. There is no reason. Somebody posted, well, the Democrats have to start hiring all the bots and trolls that the Republicans do. And I'm like, no, we don't. We have the technology to do this ourselves. I think that perhaps it's a leap for a lot of people to think that they could, in fact, start their own YouTube channel, start their own, start throwing material in. Memes especially are very effective, but the tools are actually really easy to use. So if you are finding somebody who wants to contribute and don't know how, that's a really easy way to start flooding the zone with good information that is not available in those places otherwise. And I'm going to be doing more on that front as well. I wanted to do more before the election, and I just could not find the time. So going forward, I mean, you can disagree with me, but I really believe, and I'm an idealist, I've said this to you a million times, which means I believe that what changes the world is ideas. If I believe you're my friend, I'm going to act really differently than if I believe you're my enemy. You haven't changed. What has changed is what I believe. And the way you change ideas is you change the information sphere. And we can do that. I have done it. You have done it by circulating the stuff that I write and the stuff that I say. But it should not be just me. I'm an older woman who has a certain niche. Again, memes, ideas, little videos, all of the things that have been as powerful as they have been in those places. There's no reason that people can't do the same thing. And similarly, putting pressure on all the media to talk about things honestly and to hold them to account. Because if we do that, and if we really manage to take back that information sphere, the reality is that the ideas that the center of America is embracing are popular. People really like them. And the problem was in this election that they thought by electing Donald Trump, they were voting for them, when in fact they were voting for their opposite. And that is, that's something that simply must be addressed, or we're going to be where Russia is, where people think they're voting for their interests, and in fact they're voting for the interests of Vladimir Putin. Now, that's one more piece that I just want to throw out here that I'm playing with. One of the things